Hi, today I wanted to make a video, as I said previously, about my opinions, my takes on guitars, on all the guitar types around the scene. So let's start with my favorites. Obviously, as I said, my favorite guitar type and my main guitar is a Les Paul. Les Paul, I know that's a bit controversial. They are really well famous, known, loved. Yeah, they have a ton of negative things about it. Like it's are really heavy, but that tone that it's impossible to get with other guitars. As I previously said, I really love humbuckers. They kind of suit more of my style of playing rather than single coils or P90s. I really like humbuckers. They are my favorite pickups, and in particular Les Paul is the guitar style in which I love the most. It's more of a stylish factor since at the hand guitar, yeah, electronic can change, but the guitar is mostly due to feelings, how they feel playing them, their sound, their tone, but in the end it's just two humbuckers with that four knob electronics to control tone and volume, neck and bridge pickup. So giving that, yeah, Les Paul, they have some problems surely. You can, for example, I've got the Les Paul model, the modern one, which has some really nice feature. For example, improved toners. The neck shape is much more comfortable than the standard Les Paul. I actually don't like the standard Les Paul as much as the modern. Is such an improvement in comfort in playing them. It's much funnier to play in modern. But yeah, I get how people will much prefer the standard Les Paul instead of the modern. Little changes which will make different. Wanna argue that a lot of people makes about, especially Les Paul from Gibson and Epiphany, which is Gibson, is the splittable humbucker. Yeah, people who claims that splittable humbuckers are just like single coil, they are straight applying. Yeah, they kinda splitting an humbucker gives that a bit of more high in the response in the sound, but it doesn't nearly sound as much as a single coil. It doesn't have the tone. It's just an humbucker. It's just a lighter humbucker, not really a single coil. But for my vision, is something more that the guitar can offer. A new variety of tone is not trying to become a single coil. It's just giving you more option to sound with, and I think that's really cool, especially if you're just there playing with your guitar, trying to experiment something, you're trying to do some solos, maybe try to write something down. It's really something that I really enjoy being able to play. Now, giving on with the guitar, I'll start with the standard one. Let's go with one of our guitar style that I really love is Stratocaster. Stratocaster, yeah, it's a pretty standard guitar. I mean, to everyone is the most iconic shape of guitar in the world. I really like it though. It's the guitar in which the single coil gives more of it's sort of quality of life improvements. Yeah, as mainly all of people, I really hate that knob, which is a bit really close to the strings. In fact, I usually play with Les Paul. I don't even need now, which have ton of space for you to move your hand. But in Stratocaster, there's these damn knob blocking your hand, which is really annoying to me. In fact, some Squire which have a neck knob which is slightly far away from the strings are actually more comfortable to play. I've played them sometimes. I especially like Stratocaster compared to other guitars such as Telecaster. I kinda don't like Telecaster. I mean, that may be someone very hungry, but I don't like Telecaster. They have a too high pitched sound that I don't really enjoy. Plus, the aesthetic of Telecaster is not my type. Surely, it's more of a vintage, is even a sentimental affection that you have with your guitar. But I really don't love a Telecaster. I would rather have a Stratocaster all the times rather than a Telecaster. I know there is a tone difference, but I prefer Stratocaster. I'm sorry to all of the teleplayer. Next up in the line, and we can talk about all kinds of guitar. Like, I mean, for until now, I always talk about electric, but let's move on to classic and acoustic guitar. I actually started playing as a acoustic guitar player back when I was a kid, and yeah, I guess there's some thought. I mean, standard classic acoustic guitar, they're not that much for me, but with some mods, I really loved playing them. Almost more than some electric guitar. I mean, they are pretty fun to play with. Uh, semi acoustic guitar. It's not something that I will play all days, all days, but it's something that I like to take and experiment with. It's something that I think is very fun. Something that I really love. Lastly, the I know there's tons of type of guitar. There are really too much, but the last guitar that I enjoy, it's actually pretty high in the list, are the Jaguar and the Jetmaster. Obviously, they have a tone that is pretty particularly in my style. I mean, it's not a straight, it's not clear a single coil. It's something much deeper than a single coil, especially in some subgenres of rock. I think they're kind of niche. They're really peculiar, and I actually are one of my favorite guitar in some rock subgenre. I really love them. It's fantastic to play them. It's not a comfort to me. I don't find them very comfortably personally. I find quite strange playing them. So surely that's my one of my preferences. Some people will argue that it's not like them for it's not for everyone, but I don't really feel good while playing them. I just really love the tone, but in term of comfort, for me it's no. I have no idea why, but I really enjoy playing them. It's one of my favorite guitar style. So this is surely a short video that I wanted to make, talking about a bit of the guitar style. And I think it's just my opinions. One thing that I wanted to add at the end of the video is that now my last video was a review of this Sennheiser, the 419 Pro. I have to say, I've got it some more than 2 months ago now. I think I can't actually remember. Well, it's the best headphone I've ever used until now. I played a lot. Something maybe I'll try and search for something when I'm playing with others. So maybe some close back, because these are open back, which I actually prefer. But in really noisy environments, you can't use open back and try to enjoy really what you're playing or what you're listening. So, yeah, that Peter Hyphen, fantastic. I couldn't ask for anything better. So yeah, that's my this video, and I'll see you the next time. Hi.